Hi everyone, welcome to Fun Fold Friday. I'm back from my vacation. I had an amazing time, but man, did I come back pooped. I am tired. I have been catching up since I got home. I did take a couple of naps the day I got home on Wednesday. I was so tired. But anyway, I have a ton of announcements. Saturday's the last day of the month. Oh no, Sunday's the last day of the month. 31 days. See, I don't even know what day it is. I wasn't keeping track while I was gone. I caught a cold while I was gone too. So anyway, I have a bunch of announcements. On the 31st, the starter kit special ends. Right now you have the choice of getting the 5 in color ink pads added to your starter kit for free, or an additional $35 in product that you can add, and you'll become part of my team, the Lucky Charms. We would love to have you. You would automatically get a 20% discount with the you could work up to getting 25% off, and anything you sell to anybody is you make 20% of the sale. You don't have to do sales. It's all optional. Obviously, we would love you to, but you don't have to. When you become part of my team, you get all my PDF tutorials for free, all my class tutorials. And if you have any questions, just let me know. But that does end on Sunday. Also on Sunday, the product of the month. Well, technically it ends, and there's a new one coming out. It's a stamp set with the little cow, and I can't remember, I didn't print it, but sometimes it'll if it doesn't sell out, it'll carry over, so then you have the choice of the product of the month. But if you choose the product of the month, you'll get the tutorial with 12 projects using the product of the month. You could see the ones from this month. This is the vellum. It's so pretty. Oh, there's a glare, but it's so pretty. I will show you a sneak peek of my project. Oh, I thought I had them here. I only have one, but here's a sneak peek of one of my projects. I thought I grabbed the other one. Well, I guess I didn't, but if you spend $75 in my online store, you can choose the product of the month for $5, and I will send you that tutorial for free, and it'll help you use your product. And hopefully, so while I was gone, I had a lot of pre-recorded videos for you that I can't even keep track of what videos were for what. So this was one of them that I had. So hopefully you've seen that. This was another one. It was a treat box, and I had made homemade chocolates to fit in there, that go in there. So if you've seen that video. And then this Wednesday's video, did you guys see the mini album? This was really popular, a hit. So it's made out of one piece of designer series paper, and it opens, and I added some flip flaps, so that you could add some pictures in there. And then each of these pockets has a card where you can add a picture. You can do some journaling or whatever, but that was this week's project. And if you're on my email list, you will get the tutorial for that one, along with receiving today's Fun Fold Friday. I can't get that back on. And then this was another one. I think this was a fun fold before I left, so just a sneak peek. And then this was last week's Fun Fold Friday using that barbecue set. So if you missed any of them, you can always go onto my YouTube channel, LC Designs, and see the videos for these. I just wanted to show you in case you had missed them. Like I said, I did so many that I forgot what I had did. So you still have until June 7th to get the June Let's Create Craft Kit, which this month we're using the Splash and Relax, which is perfect, from the beach that I just came from. So you will make 4 cards. I haven't shown you guys all these in a while because I've been gone. But you'll make 4 cards and a 3D project, which is a hand sanitizer holder. Cute, cute, cute. As you could tell, I used sunscreen and I got a really, really nice tan. So you'll get 20% off, 20%. You'll get over $25, I believe, in Stampin' Up! Products. So you're gonna get some of the Sunset Sparkle Sequins, a full roll of Hydrangea Hue. I don't have the designer, so Hydrangea Hue ribbon. You're gonna get a half a package of the Paper Medley Designer Series paper, the project kits that will, each card packet will be packaged. Each project will be packaged with the materials you need to make your card. So you'll have 5 project packets. You're gonna get the PDF tutorial along with the video tutorial. So you can subscribe to my craft kit. It is a monthly craft kit, but you can, you know, cancel it anytime, anytime you would like. So you have until the 7th on that one. And I believe that is it. I'm like all over because, again, I'm playing catch up and trying to remember what all I need to do. But thank you for joining me. For those of you who might be new, my name is Lisa Cunningham and I'm LC Designs. LC's not for Lisa Cunningham. It's actually for my 2 grandchildren that are in my logo, Lily and Cruz, because they inspire me. And I have a pre-recorded video every Friday at 12 o'clock for a fun fold. I show you how to make a fun fold card. And then on Wednesdays, I do a live video most of the time. I just came back from vacation, so they were pre-recorded. But I do try and do pre-recorded videos. I don't like to miss on any of my projects. But that I go live every Wednesday on my Facebook page. But again, you can always catch everything on my YouTube channel and you could watch them there. All right. I guess that is it. So let's go ahead and get started. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you the products that we're using today, but this is our fun fold. It's going to open like this and then like this. And this little leaf kind of keeps it closed, these leaves. But we're going to be using the Sweet Words and Labels bundle. So this bundle coordinates with the Winnie the Pooh. Well, it's not called Winnie the Pooh. It's Sweet Old Friends dies and stamp set. But we're not using any of these. We could easily use like, actually, wait, we are using this stamp. But we could use the die cut, but we're just going to stamp onto our label. So these all coordinate together. You can use them because since this doesn't have the sentiments, this one does. So mainly we're using this, but we are using that one stamp set. I completely forgot. I should have known. But we're also going to be using the Silly Old Bear. So this is all a suite and it's currently not available because I can't remember if it's this bundle. No, it's not this bundle. It's the other bundle that's not available right now if you were to buy the whole suite. But we're going to use the Silly Old Bear designer series paper. And I think we are using this pattern and I'm going to call this pattern the Pooh and Friends pattern. I don't know what to call it. But I believe that's the one we're using. Yes, because it's got the pink gingham on the back. And we're going to use this one. I already have my pieces pulled out, which I'm calling the map pattern. And then, of course, we've got the striped pattern. And I already have that one pulled out as well. So in case we need this. But this is called the Silly Old Bear Designer Series paper. We are going to be using Mossy Meadow ink. And I'm using Memento, but I do on my PDF have the hybrid ink in case you have that instead. And we're going to be using these amazing new shimmer brushes. So I'm using the Barely Blush and the Golden Glow. And we're gonna use Barely Blush Stampin' Blend. We're gonna use the In Color Dots. Love these. And the Baker's Twine. And what else? Trying to think what else. I think that is it for now. We are using the Golden Glow cardstock. I forgot to grab my piece. So Golden Glow. Let's get our trimmer. Oh, I know what I forgot. I knew that. I was just thinking there's something I forgot. And of course, it's the PDF tutorial with the measurements. So if you're on my email list, you will get this. Well, you would have gotten it this morning. If you're not on my email list, you could join my email list and you'll get my Fun Fold Friday tutorial well, it's not a tutorial. It's got the products and the measurements. And then you'll also get my Workshop Wednesday tutorial. So here are today's measurements. If I put lotion on my hands and it's funny, I can't grab anything. You'd think everything would be slippery. But here are the measurements for today. So go ahead and take a screenshot if you need with all your measurements. And then when you get this, I will have the video attached already. So we are going to use 5.5. Let's get my trimmer out. 5.5 by 7 3/4. I'm going to cut this one that way because my corner over here was a little bit bent. We're going to score it at 1 inch. And then 5 1/4 inch. Ooh, I almost used the blade. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so that's our 5.5 by 7 3/4 Golden Glow cardstock. We're gonna burnish these lines. And the smaller section, the 1 inch section, is gonna be your right side flap, and your bigger section is the left side. So I guess we could trim our cardstocks as well. So we're gonna use 4 by 5 1/4 of the Pooh and Friends. So like I told you, I'm calling this Pooh and Friends. So it's 4 by 5 1/4, correct. 4, I have to double check myself. 4 by 5 1/4, and this is already 5 1/4. So we're gonna do that. And then the right panel flap is 3/4, which I think this is 3/4 by 5 1/4. So we're using that striped one. Then our map pattern is 2 1/4. So double check, 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. 2 1/4. I would assume this is a map, right? Because it has all the little things as a map. And 5 1/4, that's already cut. And then I can't pick anything up today. Then our stripe pattern for the inside is 4. Let's see, is this 5? Let's see if I could get 5 1/4. That is 5 1/4. And I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna put my stripes this way, and I'll show you the difference. Well, in my original, I put my stripes with this way, and now I'm gonna have them going this way. So again, 4 by 5 1/4. I'm like all over as usual. It's been hard getting back into the swing of things after vacation. By 5 1/4. Yep, just making sure. And then we need some Very Vanilla for our inside layer, which is going to lay on top of this one. 3.5 by 4 3/4. So So 3.5 by 4 3/4. Yeah, oh my gosh. When we got home on Wednesday, I was exhausted. I napped throughout the day, and I hardly ever nap, and I even went to bed early. But then when I went to bed early, I was up at like 5:30 in the morning for no reason. Okay, so I think that is all of those measurements. I think it's my my workspace too, because I had cleaned it really well before I left, and that is why I think we are not I'm not able to grab anything. Okay, so I'm gonna lay mine flat this way because I like to glue my stuff flat. So this one little striped section, and I had a feeling I probably grabbed the one that doesn't have much glue, which of course, so I think it was hot while we were gone. It was really, really nice at the beach in North Carolina. So this is gonna go here. We were in Emerald Isle. So this one is gonna be this way. So we wanna make sure our map is in the right direction. As you could probably tell, I got a ton of sun, and I didn't even, I mean, we were at the beach almost every day. There was one day we went golfing, but I was covered up a lot. And there was one day that I was super covered up, and that's the day I think I got burnt the most. Crazy. Don't understand, but that's how the ball bounces. Okay, so now this one, the Pooh and Friends, I'm gonna lay it in here just like you would a piece, you know, have your border. I'm gonna lay it in here, and then I'm just gonna add glue. And you don't have to go like a whole 1 inch, just kind of. And then we're gonna lay this over, and we're gonna let that glue down. And then, so now this is our one that goes inside, and it's the same, basically the same, but you want to make sure that it is lined up so you don't see it. Makes sense? So I'll show you. Let me glue this, and hopefully I don't forget that quick. So with this, you know, we have the wiggle room with the glue to make sure that it's just think it needs to come down a little, and there's that. So then it's going to go like that, and I'm going to show you my stripes. And the reason I wanted to change my stripes, see the difference? I just kind of wanted, since these were going down, I wanted them to go the opposite direction. So let's put our leaf back over. So before we attach our Very Vanilla, let's go ahead and stamp it. So I'm using Mossy Meadow, and I had re-inked mine. So it's actually, I should probably go this way, huh? I had re-inked it, and my thing was pretty juicy. You can see it's pretty dark. And I wanted to add this frame because I love the little hearts there on the side. And there goes that. And then we're gonna stamp. I love this thing. The best kind of days are spent together. And that's exactly what we did on our vacation. We spent a lot of time with, there was 13 of us all at the beach house. And so we had some very good meals and just great times together. We went out on a pirate ship and had an amazing evening. So that's gonna go like that. So see, I just felt like these stripes were better going the other direction, but it's totally up to you how you want to put yours on. So now we're gonna go and glue this one in. just like so. And I'm probably gonna send this to a couple of people that I spent with at the beach house because I love that saying. So that's gonna be our card front. So now we're gonna do our die cutting. And we are using the labels, and let's cut some of our leaves, and let's see about that label. Maybe if I go this way. We're gonna do, so this is, now I think this is, I have it as the second to the largest, but it could be the third to the largest because of the way that the labels are. But, and I'll show you in a second what I mean. I'll have to pull them all out. So we're gonna go and do the Mossy Meadow, because when I pulled them out, it was my second and third. And then all of a sudden I realized, oh, wait, there's another one. So I will pull them all out to show you. And so then I'm using this one, which could be, it would be the next smallest. Hold on, let me get this leaf off. And we're gonna do another set of leaves. And I love the labels in this set. Perfect names, sweet words, because there's so many sweet sentiments, and labels. So I believe that is it on the die cutting. So let me show you on these labels before I forget. See all of them? So there's this big one, and I'm calling these the oval because these other ones aren't really oval shape. So there's this big one. So let me pull it out. I had to use 2 magnetic sheets to put mine. So see, when I was counting as ovals, I was counting this one as the largest. Then this was the second to the largest that I told you. And then this was the third to the largest. But if you include this one, not trying to, oops, I snorted, not trying to confuse you. This would actually be, but see, it didn't fit in there. So it could be the second and the third, but we use these two. So it's either the third to the smallest, second, or the other way. The second and third, I guess either way. I'm not sure, but that's how I went. So it's not this big one. We're counting down from this one. Second and third, second and third. All right. I hope that gives you some clarification. I like to let you know which one that I use because I don't want you to have to sit there and guess when you look at the card. Oh, is that the second, the third, the largest, the smallest? So I like you to know. All right. So let's grab, I got something there on mine. Let's grab my little stamp, and I'm going to do Memento, like I said. If you have the hybrid, you can use the hybrid, and we're going to stamp Pooh and Piglet right in the center. You know, this stamp set was not on my radar. I mean, I love Pooh, but I was just afraid it was going to be too popular, and I wouldn't get my hands on it. So we're going to actually color with the shimmer brushes. And on Pooh, I'm just going around the dark lines, like go around the edge on this side. And then we're just going to fill those lines in and come down, same. Just, we're adding a little color. We're not coloring him all the way in. So kind of where all the lines are is just where you're going to add color. And I think I came down this one. He doesn't need a whole lot of color, but he is going to shimmer for us. Have you guys tried these pens? They're amazing. They're just like Wink Estella. I used to use Wink Estella all the time. So we're going to use Barely Blush on Piglet's little outfit, because we want Piglet to sparkle too. He's a cutie. Look at, I already see all that sparkle in him. And then I'm going to use the dark Barely Blush Stampin' Blend on his body. Piglet, actually, I'm not sure. Is Piglet a boy or a girl? I can't remember. Now that I'm saying, I think Piglet might be a girl. And that was it. You know what? I added a little bit to, I forgot, Pooh's ear on this side. And see, just enough color. I don't know if you guys can see that sparkle. And we are going to glue this now, right like so. Uh-oh. I must have got black on me. Oh, but you know what? I think those leaves will cover that. So you know, when you make a boo-boo, mine wasn't intentional, but when you make a boo-boo, always put an embellishment over it. Embellishment, ribbon, whatever you got to do to, see, we can just change the placement of our leaves. So let's bring our card back in. I do that a lot. Sometimes if you see like, oh, why is that embellishment like way over there or this or that? It's probably because I made a boo-boo. So I'm just going to put 3 dimensionals on this. Oops. I just stuck them together on just the one side. Because if we stick it down on both sides, we won't be able to open our card. All right, so we're gonna center that like so. And again, so what I'm gonna do over here is I'm gonna put my, I don't think my leaves are gonna be able to cover that, but let's see what we can do. So we're just gonna put the bigger leaf right there with the dimensional. Maybe look, I could turn it that way. And then one of my little ones is stuck though. There we go. So what you can do, and this is because I'm trying to cover up that boo-boo, we're going to glue this guy on. On my original, I put a dimensional. Well, I guess I could still put a dimensional. All right. But I'm going to stick it under here. So I used a mini dimensional on this guy, but I can still use a dimensional. This one is going to stay. This one's just holding our card closed, if that makes sense. I'm just trying to cover up that boo-boo. We're going to go like so. And then we are going to put our other 2 over here on this side. It's going to look different now that I had to change it because of my mistake. But we're going to stick this one like so. Give me some minis. Oops, for this one. But yeah, always cover your mistakes. Unless, you know, you could use the back side, then you just have to restamp. And on these ones, you know what, I didn't even pay attention if this bleeds through like the blend. Oh, well, I used the blends on Piglet. So you wouldn't be able to use the other side. But, you know, we're just going to tuck that under like so. This don't look too bad. And I don't even know if I have. I do that quite often though. And then we're going to use some Very Vanilla Baker's Twine. Make a bow. And I just wanted to add it where our leaves come together, or where they were overlap to one another. We need a mini glue dot. So it's a little bit different. But you know, every card is unique that we make, right? No two cards are alike. So there is our leaves. They're just done a little bit different. And then we're going to get our in color dots. And I added the blue ones. Well, I shouldn't say blue. Hydrangea hue. And the reason I did that is because the hydrangea hue in the, see the designer series paper. So let's add a big one here. A smaller one here. And a bigger one over here, since my leaves are a little different. And we are already done. Can you believe that? That is my fun. Let me, everything's like so sticky, like it doesn't want to move. So there is this week's Fun Fold Friday card. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you like it, and I hope that you're going to make this card. So one more time, here's the measurements. If you want to join my email, I will email them to you, and then you could just print the PDFs off yourself. But you can do a screenshot right now if you want of the measurements. You could shop for the products I used right here by using this link, or you can scan my QR code. Thank you very much. I will see you guys next Wednesday with another project, and then Friday for another Fun Fold. Bye, everybody.